Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today I'm thinking we're going to continue working on the engineering section, maybe even do a little bit of hangar work. But first, we have to get started, so let's go. Alrighty then. So, as you can see, we are fully pressurized. Yay! Everything is basically up and running, except for the door still thinking we're outside for some reason. You know, it's okay. Oh, so happy Friday, everybody! We have been doing a little bit of work here, and as you can see, we've basically just been mocking up a little bit of what we're thinking about doing here. Because if you remember, I said I was thinking about extending that out a little bit more, and I figured if we're going to do that, we may as well go ahead and put it to use. So we've gone ahead and extended that back just a little bit, just, you know, trying to see what it is going to look like. Let's go ahead and turn this stuff off for a second. And I'm thinking that the nacelles, if we go ahead and take the nacelles out that far, that looks like it makes it fit a little bit better scale wise. And what I'm thinking here is, I don't know if we're gonna, I'm trying to decide if I want to do something like this. Bring this over here. And so what I'm thinking is that we'll basically continue this all the way down, and then we'll have it re-merge over here at the back. I don't know. Still not sold on the idea. So we'll let it go for now, and you know, we'll think about it. It's gonna come out like a so. Alright. And one more. Alright. Gonna do that. Now, go ahead and move that off. So what I've been thinking, and the reason why I'm thinking about this, is because I do like having the ability to get around on either side. And I was thinking that maybe have this set up as the workstation, like the actual engineering section, so that you would have a station, you'd come in and you'd basically be able to look at all of the reactor information on one screen or on a couple of screens, and so that you have, you know, a for lack of a better term, yeah, I guess engineering section would actually be what we're thinking. Now I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, because we can still get away with doing something like that down in here, and that would actually keep the section, it would keep engineering somewhere, you know, in the main portion of the ship, and it could work, because I'm thinking that we're going to turn this area here into the display for the manufacturing portion, which is what we had been talking about before. So maybe do manufacturing on one side, engineering on the other. I don't know. So let me know what you think about that. Throw it down in the section below, and we'll talk about that in the comment section. All right. Now the other thing that we need to do, so let's head up this way. Put our helmet back on. We're going to take our little shortcut out here. And the other thing we wanted to do is to start working on this area, especially now that we have it set up where we know how far off the ground we are. And I'm thinking that for this, we're going to go... Can we get you there? If we go right there... Oh, look at that. We can actually walk in. Okay. So if we do that... Alright. I'm kind of curious to see just how far we can take the ship. Yeah, can we get away with it here? We can. Okay. Let's go ahead and go into the wheels. You know what? If we're gonna do this, let's do it from the area that we should be doing this from, the bridge. This way, at least, you know, we're not burning oxygen if we don't need to be. Alright. So now we're gonna go here, and one of the things that we want to do. Awesome. Is we're gonna go ahead and grab a group, because we have a group for the wheels. And we want this to be increase height, decrease height. Now, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to see how low we can get this thing. Okay, so that's as low as it's going to go. Let's go take a look. Because what I'm curious about is if we're doing something, all right, and we need to get into the ship for some reason, and we don't have hydrogen. All right, so let's go. Yeah. What are we doing here? Let's see. Do we want to go with regular stairs? Or do we want to go with a set of stairs like this? Alright, so this is just to give us an idea. We're not going to do too much with this. Alright, so if we do that... Well, if we go... What? And we need a girder. Okay, let's go grab a girder really quick. I probably actually have all of the parts that I need for this. Now, the reason I'm worried about this is... We have no girders, really? Oh, that's right, because I moved everything over here. Crap. Crap nuggets. Okay. Ow. Oh, right. I'd say I didn't see that coming, but you know, that'd be a lie. Alright. We knew it was going to happen, right? It was bound to at some point. And Bob has turned off, so he's not going to be recovering our stuff for us. Which means we do need to go ahead and take care of this. All right. And we're over here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and wondering. Okay, so if we can't get in that way, and it just sits a little too low, it looks like. Yeah, it sits a little too low to do that. Okay, so let's boost this up a little bit. And what this will do is this is going to give me an idea of just how much room I actually have to have on the bottom of the thing in order to be able to get in and out of this easily. Because what we're going to end up doing is basically building something out of heavy armor to protect this whole thing. So Okay, so you'll let me build. So I still need to come up a little bit further. Okay. That enough? We'll find out. So hopefully everybody has been enjoying the series so far. I've been having a lot of fun with it. And since we've been keeping the mods mostly light, it's been a lot more stable than some of our past playthroughs. And it's been a long time since I've built anything quite this monstrous for... there you go. Alright, so we're going to need that to there, and then we need something to go to there. Alright, I think I know what we can do. So what we're going to do is this. To that. To that. To that. Alright, so if we happen to be down here and we run out of hydrogen, which we're actually pretty close to doing, we'll be able to run in, jump up. Oh, look at that. And then if we need to for some reason, like we're being followed, we can close this beast off. Look at that. And we can actually see what's out there before we head out. Not too shabby. I'm actually liking that. It's kind of funny that with that closed, we have no oxygen in here. All right. Okay. I think that's going to work for our entrance requirements. I'm going to head back in here really quick so that we can go get our get some health. Oh, more importantly, get some hydrogen set up. Now, what I did do is I did go out, really. I did go out and do some resource farming. So we've actually been getting quite a bit of stuff. We're going to do that. Swap you around. And we want you to go there. Okay. So now we'll drop this stuff off. Get this out of our inventory. And at some point I will probably come through and do another recycling run on this just to get some of the extra stuff out of here. Alright, that should work. Okay. I love having all of this set up the way that it is. I need to come through and do some lighting in here. So we may do that next time. I'll probably end up honestly doing that off camera. But I still want to get the decoration mods, so let me know which decoration mods you guys like. Throw that down in the section. That's what the comment section's for, is for us to be able to have conversations like that, and well, you know, use it. All right. So I know I'm horrible about responding. I'll try and do better with it. We will eventually need to do something about the front end here. Like I said, we do want to have this set up where we're going to be able to basically have our ground-based vehicle, like our little rover, roll through here, get picked up by that thing, and be able to take it with us. In fact, I was going to try that really quick. Because I don't think we need everything set up quite the way it is now. When we originally started, we had a different idea for how we were going to handle some of it. I know, we have a little runabout for our runabout. Alright, so you're gonna... I'm wondering, are you actually gonna... Okay, so if this thing is up, Now we're going to go with the idea that this thing is going to be riding around probably at max height. All right. So if we go with the assumption that this is going to be max height, get that. It looks like it's going to fit nicely. Look at you. Hell, what we could do, there it is. Is we could just go ahead and all right. All right, so it really is just the wheels, the width of the wheelbase. And it's going to cause us problems. So what we're going to have to do is take these off. Let's grab a non-grinding color. There you go, that'll work. So basically, if we strip this back to here on all of these, there you go. And that's what, one in from the side. So what we'll end up with is that's pretty much on the edge. So we're going to end up taking all of these out. So yeah, we basically will end up taking the wheels off. But doing this, because when we take this out, we're basically going to move this wheel in 2 or 3 blocks, which in theory might let us get that in there. Or we could, if we are so inclined and motivated, we might change that out so that there are hover engines under it. So we'd basically take this piece out and leave the flat edge there, and then put a hover engine under that. Could be interesting. And you are supposed to be around it, so we'll have to fix that as well. Alright, so it's good to know where we are and what we need to do on this. Now what I'm thinking of I may do is we're gonna take that out here in a minute. But basically what we need to do is be able to get our rover in between those two. So what I'm thinking I might do is gonna do that. Turn on our parking brake for a second. Let's go here. Go there. Come on. Turn our parking brake off. And okay. So if we move that in 2 blocks, that will allow us, or that should allow us, to be able to get, yeah, we should be able to get the vehicle in with wheels. I mean, we could go with smaller wheels, because these are the small grid 5x5s. If we went with the 3x3s instead, they wouldn't stick out nearly as far. So bringing in the axle or the wheel mounts, yeah, that could work really well. so let's go ahead. We're going to take this stuff off. And what we're going to do is try and get the main body of this thing pretty much centered. Alright, so that's going to come down. Are you really not going to let me? Alright, so that's going to be what? There? That's kind of the center. And so if we aim for that, right? Because that's 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2. Okay, yeah. So if we aim for that area, yeah, I mean that's pretty damn close. Actually, we're not off by much. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. All right. So we're going to aim a little bit over. Because what we're going to do is we're going to drop the landing gear to pick up, to basically lock onto us. So it needs to come forward just a little bit. Not too much. Alright, so that's going to come forward. Right there should be good. That might be too far forward now. It should be okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this out. And I thought I had to switch over here. Guess not. That's okay. The button. Button is what we're looking for. Right. Actually, let's do that way. And I need an area to pull stuff out of. Yes, I know that sounded inappropriate. I know, it's fine. Okay. Because you never know what stuff you're pulling out of from where. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing welded up. What we're going to do is we're going to put the pistons, because I think we already have them in a group, right? Yes. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's go. That's a vertical piston. Oh, because I have it set up. Okay. I know why. It's fine. We're going to do extend. Retract, I guess. There we go. I was close. Alright. Close enough for government work. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the wheels off of this thing. As you can see, the crane is trying to lift it up. Alright, come on. And then once we get the wheels off, what we'll do is we'll reset this with the smaller, the 3x3s. So we'll probably have this drop down a little bit more to give us the clearance that we're going to need. Ah, really? Come here. You know what's going to happen is we're going to do all of this, and then it's going to blow up on us, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and just get all this stuff out of our inventory. Opens this up a little bit. You know, it makes it a little easier. Bet you weren't expecting to get a to be an auto mechanic today, right? And what do we say? We're just going to take that off. And we'll have Bob clean that up for us here in a bit. Alright, so now for here, which blocks did we use for that? We used ramp blocks. Alright, and then... I don't know. We'll take a look at that. Alright, so you're going to go here. Okay, so that's... all of this is going to... basically this entire section is going to come out. Except for... right, yeah, those two. So we'll take you out, right? Alright, so you actually need to go back in and you come out. Alright. So take these out. And what we're doing is we're basically setting this up so we know where the wheels need to go. And then we will backfill the rest of it. Alright, so you are... those, okay. And we are going to go ahead and go just like this. Oh, come on. Auto rotate. Why do you vex me so? Okay. It just wants to be a little brat, so let's go ahead and get this thing. See? Turn off auto rotate again. And what we're going to do is we will come back and repaint all of this. I'm telling you, it's going to blow up, watch. It's going to blow up and I'm not going to have any rover. It's going to just basically go Super Saiyan on us. Catastrophically nuclear. And destroy everything around it. Or it's just going to fall on me and kill me. You know, whichever. And you can reseal. Thank you. And like I said, we want to make sure we have the room that we need to be able to get into this thing. So we're going to have this basically drop down a little bit. And then that is going to go... let's go... so we'll bring this whole thing down a bit. We'll go another one here. What we're going to do on this side is we're going to go ahead and flip that. And then we're going to grab our wheels. Where'd you go? There you go. We choose you, Pikachu. There we go. Okay, so only needs to be a 1 by. So if we do that, we put it on the front wheel, or on the front block there. How's that looking for clearance? That looks like it'll work. Now, because of the mass of the ship, I may need to go through and rebalance a few things. But we'll see. And then we want you. And then you are going to be... Yes. Come here. So we're going to have this there. Go ahead and place this bad boy back in. Okay. I think that's going to do it. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do a quick cut. We're going to get the wheels welded up. And once we have the wheels welded up, I'll bring you back just to show you what it's going to look like. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do for getting everything to play nicely when we're trying to pick it up. Okay, so yeah, let's do that quick cut and we will be right back. And we're back. Okay, so we've, as you can see, the gears up there, and we have a giant hole here. Oh, yeah, so we're going to spend a little time fixing this. That's okay. We're not too worried about it. It means that we know that we need to rebuild it anyway, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and get some of this redone here. Because originally this thing was not meant to be picked up like that. So what happened is we used this thing to drop it. We basically lowered it down and then we turned off the gear. And because this was extended so far down, it basically collided with the framework that is the little rover. Which is fine. We knew it was probably going to cause some problems. But we'll work on a new system for that. We'll also figure out what our spacing needs to be for this thing. But for now, let's go ahead and move you forward just a wee bit. Alright, so how's that looking? Needs to come forward just a little bit more. This might be just a touch too large for the space. Let's see how that works. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to change this up just a little bit. And there you go. So let's see how that goes. I'm really wanting, you know what? Let's move you out of here for just a second. All right. So we would be able to build a framework in. Let's go ahead and extend that. I want to see how far down that goes. Because if with both of those pistons in place, yeah, it's going to hit the ground. Look at that. Okay. So we want this thing to switch lock and come back up. Okay. So we don't need both pistons. If we bring say just one of those down. Let's see what one of those, how it works with just one piston in use there. So we're going to turn that one off. Okay, and that's just the single piston. Ow. Oh. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Respawn. Alright. So, looking at it, go ahead and pick up our stuff. Right. So looking at it, I'm thinking, well, that's, why are my, alright, why is my dampeners off? Yeah, so if we basically, if we build this up one block, so if we take this entire thing out and we just leave and basically place one block there and have this piston sit on that upper block, that should be just far enough to pick this thing up. Because, let's see here. Because what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to build a framework on top of this thing to make up the difference. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I think it's going to work nicely. Let's see where our positioning is on this. Okay. So, yeah, look at how close that is. If it'll let me stay in third person. I really, ever since they did the big change to the camera, really hate it. All right. Okay, so I think, look at that. Yep. So if we take that up one block, we'll be able to build a small framework on top that this thing will be able to use to pick this beast up. Oh, that's going to be nice. Okay, since we figured that out, I'll go ahead and have this thing retract. We know that the ship, for the most part, the rover will fit into this area. One of the things that I may do is, you see how we have that platform area back there with the batteries and the wheels on it? I may take that off, just to give us a little bit more clearance on the front and back of the rover. Alright, so yeah, I've got a little bit of work in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and repair this thing. We'll get it all patched up. But I am going to go ahead and call this one here. So I want to thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit those likes and subscribe. Don't forget that if you do want to be kept up to date, not only do you need to subscribe now, you have to hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. Otherwise, YouTube will not give you notices regularly. It'll prioritize on what it thinks you want to see. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a terrific weekend, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Alright, so we just have to get a bunch of things fixed, and then we can start playing around with lifting assemblies. Alright. Oh, I just realized it destroyed my other solar panel. Damn it.